The King of Fighters 94, the King of Fighters 95, the King of Fighters 96, the King of Fighters 97,
King of Fighter 98,
the King of Fighters 99,
the King of Fighters 2000,
the King of Fighters 2001, the King of Fighters 2002, the King of Fighters 2003,
the King of Fighters 11, the King of Fighters 12,
and now, King of Fighters 13. Hi guys, welcome to the Video Game Masters. I'm Mark Rodriguez.
I'm Johnny Rodriguez.
And today we're going to talk about the King of Fighters 13 for the Xbox 360. But first, let's take a quick look at what we thought of King of Fighters 11.
There's not really anything too bad you can say about this game. It took everything that was awesome about King of Fighters 2003 and improved upon it like crazy.
King of Fighters 11 is an awesome game. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, we really loved that game.
But now, let's talk about what we think about King of Fighters 12.
Not only that, but for $60, for that piece of crap of a game, instead of waiting for the price to drop, I'd rather wait for King of Fighters 13.
King of Fighters 12 might look awesome, but great graphics alone just don't make a game.
Yeah, we didn't really like that game.
So, does King of Fighters 13 fix all the mistakes of King of Fighters 12?
Let's check it out.
ready, go!
The King of Fighters 13 returns with the awesome and spectacular graphics from King of Fighters 12, but this time with a lot more added to it. This game concludes the Ash Crimson saga as a new KOF tournament is announced, but this time being held by Rose. Everyone enters to see what Ash and those from the past are up to. The King of Fighters 13 brings back everyone that was in 12 and adds more fighters. Unlike 12 where everybody was by themselves, we have official teams of 3 again. The female team returns, bringing back the lovely and classy Kickboxer King, the ever so bouncy Mai Shiranui, and the adorable Yuri Sakazaki. Takuma Sakazaki himself returns to join Ryo and Robert in their team. Vice also returns to accompany Mature as living ghosts to keep those from the past away from the Orochi power. The super badass loner K also returns and brings back the super powered cyborg Maxima and the ex-anti-K Hula Diamond. Finally, Kim Kapwan enlists Raiden and Hua Hai into his team. Now talk about old school, we haven't seen Hua Hai in action since the very first Fatal Fury game. You also have 2 hidden characters in the game, Billy Kane and the human form of Saiki, who is the leader of those from the past. Downloadable characters include Mr. Karate, a NES version of Kyo, and Iori fighting with his classic flames since he lost them in this game.
The game has a lot of the classic KOF mechanics like roll dodges, different kinds of jumps, and things like that. The biggest addition is the hyper drive bar that's above the power bar. The power bar is used for the desperation moves. You can also do EX moves, which are super versions of your normal special moves like in the Street Fighter 4 series. You can even do EX versions of your desperation moves. If you put up the hyper drive bar and get at least 3 stocks of the power bar, you can do the Neo Max desperation moves. And man, these moves are awesome. The screen flashes white and gives a dramatic close-up that just makes you say, "Damn!" as it connects. Now that's what I'm talking about.
You also have the ability to cancel special moves into each other, as well as special moves into desperation moves. But the real super awesome thing is the Max Cancel, which lets you cancel your normal or EX desperation move into the Neo Max desperation move. This is similar to the Dream Cancel from King of Fighters 11. Aside from the typical arcade mode, survival mode, and all that other stuff, this game also has a very fleshed out story mode. While King of Fighters 12 had no story, King of Fighters 13 has maybe too much story, as the story mode digs deep into the inner workings of those from the past, as well as Ash and Elizabeth's past together, complete with animated cutscenes. In fact, even in arcade mode, the characters have dialogue before they fight, which is always so much fun to see given that some of these guys are classic long-lasting SNK characters.
Now before we face the final boss of this game, let's take a closer look at those from distant past and all their evil plans that started from King of Fighters 2003 and onwards.
The saga started in KOF 2003, with those from the past sending Ash to steal the 3 sacred treasures. In the game, Botan controls Chizuru into using her mirror to create Kusanagi and her sister Maki. Ash also steals her Yata mirror. Mukai managed to break the Orochi seal, and even though you defeated him, he still survived.
Ready, go!
In KOF XI, Makaki is an incredibly cheesy asshole final boss, and he managed to find the location of the Orochi power. Man, what an annoying boss. Yeah, kick his ass, King!
You win!
Anyway, he was betrayed and killed by Xian, the game's semi-final boss, and afterwards, Xian vanished and was not seen again. Ash managed to steal Iori's flames.
Finally, in King of Fighters 13, we find out that Botan took control of Rose to make her open the new tournament. The one behind it all is Saiki, Ash's ancestor, and he wants to use the power of Orochi and the 3 sacred treasures to open a time door to be able to control all of time itself. Mukai wanted a rematch, but Saiki kills him and decides to take you down himself. And man, is this bastard super cheesy, especially with his super annoying choppy throw.
Before we explain what happens next, we're going to have to go back to the more traditional way of filming our video game footage. Why? Well, let me explain.
After you defeat Saiki's super form, Ash betrays him. However, Saiki takes control of Ash's body and continues to fight. This is basically a super evil Ash, but he's covered in this weird, foggy, smoke stuff, so you have no idea what he's doing or what's going on. You have to basically fight him blindly, not knowing if he's blocking or ducking or preparing to attack. However, our DVD recorder doesn't quite capture this effect, so when we try to get footage of him, you still see the silhouette of him hiding under all the smoke and fog. Man, sure would be easier fighting him this way, wouldn't it?
Another cool thing about this game is if you pre-ordered it, back when it was new and everything, you get this cool CD collection called the King of Soundtracks. You get a cool collection of all the favorite music from King of Fighters 94 all the way to King of Fighters 13.
So you listen to classic beats like this one. And this one.
And let's not forget everyone's favorite music of all time, this one.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? They included that crappy soundtrack from 2001? No, Mark, you're not going to see that crap. You're not falling for that shit. You're not going to see that crap. It's like, no.
It would have been nice if the packaging was a little better though. It's kind of hard to get the disc out without breaking the packaging, and I don't want to scratch up the discs or anything, but I guess you can't complain too much because, well, it is a free add-on.
So this is what I think of this game. KOF 13 is the official comeback to the KOF series compared to 12, which was a total rush job. This game has great gameplay, graphics, and awesome desperation moves. What I also like about this game is how you can customize the character's cutters with such details you can even change the clothes. For example, you can make Yuri wear shorts and have her ponytail back. I feel sorry for whoever bought KOF 12 back then, because this game makes that one look like a complete waste of time.
So, what are my thoughts on the game? Well, what can I really say that you guys aren't already thinking? This is the game that King of Fighters 12 should have been. The fighting action is intense, and the characters are awesome. The Neo Max Desperation moves just feel so epic when they connect, especially if you use them in the Max Cancel. The story and extra dialogue between the fighters is very entertaining, especially if you know the characters for as long as I have. I guess my only little nitpick is the lack of actual new characters. Since Hua Hai is from Fatal Fury 1, and Saiki basically looks like Ash, the only real new character is Saiki's transformation, but you can't even use that. And then the DLC characters are just different versions of Kyo, Iori, and Takuma, so whatever. They could have made up a brand new team of those of the past characters like Shion, Mukai, and Botan or something like that, but other than that little complaint, this game is SNK fighting perfection. And let's not forget that Yuri and King lose their clothes if you hit them with a special attack like the old art fighting games. Aww yeah.
Mark.
Now this is without a doubt a good KOF game, and the storyline is pretty good, but they kind of finished with the storyline for this game, so the question is, will there be a KOF 14? Or will they even make like another dream match? Who knows?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to tell. The thing is that back then when the Orochi saga finished in King of Fighters 97, King of Fighters was so popular that of course it's going to be a 98 or 99 or whatever. I mean, we didn't know what the storyline was going to be about, but I mean, there just had to be a sequel. And when the NES saga ended in King of Fighters 2001, yeah, it wasn't like that popular because, you know, the SNK got bankrupt, AOF kind of screwed it up. It wasn't as big as it was back then, but we were still expecting a King of Fighters 2002, 2003, all that stuff. Now that King of Fighters goes by numbers instead of years, because now they're called King of Fighters 11, 12, and 13 instead of King of Fighters 2011, 2012 or something. Now the companies have more time to make the games whenever they want to. They can release one every 2 or so years. They don't have that pressure to make one every year. But the bad thing is, we don't know, will there be a sequel or not? Is this as far as it goes? Is this the end for King of Fighters? Is this like the ultimate game of all time? Or will they still make a King of Fighters 14? That's the big question. The one thing for sure, we're big KOF fans. So if they ever make a sequel, expect us to review it. So keep watching our show, leave your comments below, keep subscribing, and check us out. That's the end of the Video Game Masters. I'm Mark Rodriguez.
Jenny Rodriguez.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.